Hey, Eric Graham here, and as a successful serial entrepreneur, angel investor, and business growth coach, one of the most common questions I get asked is, how do I make more money? How do I become wealthy? And often when my coaching clients and mastermind clients ask me this question, they're expecting some kind of complicated answer with advanced marketing or sales or persuasion tactics. But really, at the end of the day, the answer to the question of how do you make more money is actually quite simple. And I'll tell you exactly how to do that in just a second. Trust me, you're going to want to pay attention and watch this short video to the very end, because I'm about to share with you one simple question that's been responsible for more wealth creation in my own life and in the lives of my mastermind and coaching clients than any other single factor. You may even want to grab a pen and paper and take notes. First, to get more money, you need to begin with a basic fundamental understanding of what money actually is. You see, I'm a big proponent of mastering the basics and fundamentals of business and developing simple, duplicatable systems that can trigger massive and rapid sales growth. Now, a story I tell from stage when I speak at conferences and events is that of American football coach Vince Lombardi. You see, Coach Lombardi is considered one of the absolute winningest coaches in the history of football. In fact, he was so successful, he led the Green Bay Packers to win the first 2 Super Bowls back-to-back. In 5 out of 7 seasons that Lombardi was their coach, they won the national championship. Now, trust me, Coach Lombardi didn't win by using any kind of fancy plays or trick tactics. He won by helping his players develop a mastery of the basics and fundamentals of the game. Just simple blocking, tackling, and passing. Picture this. At the beginning of each season, he would line all of his players up on the field, grab a ball and hold it above his head and say, "Gentlemen, this is a football." Okay, now these guys had been playing football since they were 4 years old. Most of these men had multiple Super Bowl rings on their fingers, and he would start them with that basic understanding. This is a football. He'd go on to tell them what it was made of, how much it weighed, how long it was, the basic rules of the game. And he started them with this basic understanding of the football and built every season's success on that foundation. So, just like Vince Lombardi's football players needed a fundamental understanding of what the football was in order to win Super Bowls, you need a fundamental understanding of what money is in order to win at the game of business and wealth creation. So what is money? Well, one of my long-term coaching clients is an adjunct professor at Harvard Business School. And occasionally, he'll bring me in to lecture to his MBA class. Now, just like Vince Lombardi's players are the best in the world at what they do, the men and women in Harvard Business School's MBA program are among the best and brightest academic minds in the world. However, my opening question during my lectures to these classes is typically, what is money? Now, they'll raise their hands and they'll attempt to answer, and usually the answers they give are highly theoretical and complex answers. They'll drone on and on about fiat money, the Federal Reserve System, M1 money supply, and all of these memorized, regurgitated answers from their textbooks. And I'll usually let them go on for 5 to 10 minutes. And once they're done, I'll just say money is simply a measure of exchange value. You may want to write that down. Money is a measure of exchanged value. Trust me, fundamentally, that's all it really is. Stick to the basics. Gentlemen, this is a football. Money is just a way to measure the exchange of value from one person to another. So instead of the chicken owner having to trade a dozen eggs to the cow owner for a gallon of milk, we invented money to make that transfer of value more efficient and more portable. So with that definition of money in mind, now the answer to the question of how do I make more of it actually becomes much easier. Trust me, when you know that money is just simply a measure of exchanged value, like me, now you know that if you want more of it, all you have to do is figure out a way to deliver more value to a greater number of lives. In fact, your income is often directly proportional to the magnitude of value you create and the number of people you create or deliver that value to. So a question that I habitually ask in my own business and I teach my coaching and mastermind clients to ask is, and I call this question my golden question, because invariably the answer to this question always results in you having more gold in your life. Now, my golden question is this: what can I do to deliver more value to a greater number of lives? Now, this is an important question, so you might want to write this down. Let me repeat that for you. What can I do to deliver more value to a greater number of lives? And invariably, every single time I've asked myself this question, or one of my clients has asked this question on a habitual basis, the result has been a million or multi-million dollar business idea or offer. Now, there are a few key words in our golden question that I want to point out to you because they make this question so powerful. And the first one is the word deliver. Now notice I intentionally didn't use the word create. It's not the value we create that necessarily makes us wealthy, it's the value we deliver. And this is a key important distinction. For example, Amazon.com, outside of the Kindle or the Alexa or Fire devices, they don't actually create any of the products that they sell. Yet their founder, Jeff Bezos, is the wealthiest man in the world. So wealth and money are not always as tied to the creation of value as they are to the delivery of value. Also, there's a lot of people in this world who create a ton of value. However, because they don't ask for an exchange, asking people for money, they don't become wealthy either. That's why in our definition of money, we use the word exchanged value. See, it's a two-way street. It's a transaction. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all about giving back and creating as much value for free as I possibly can. The value I'm trying to deliver in this free video is a perfect example of that. And in every single case, when you create value for others, even free value, it's going to return value back to you multiplied. However, if you don't occasionally ask for money, the value coming back to you will not always be financial value. A common mistake I see among very giving and caring people is this assumption that if we put enough value out into the universe, we're going to get wealthy as a natural consequence. However, that's not necessarily true. Actually making offers in the marketplace, asking for money, occasionally at least, is what it takes to transfer and exchange that value we create into actual wealth and money. So value must be exchanged, and it must be exchanged for money. Not just warm and fuzzy feelings. After all, you can't feed karma points to your kids. Now, the second word in my golden question I want to bring your attention to is the word amount. What can I do to deliver the greatest amount of value? You see, how much money you make and the prices you can charge for your goods and services are directly related to the amount or the magnitude of value you deliver to those you serve. For example, in my own companies and businesses, if I'm charging $10,000, I want to deliver at least a 10x return on investment. So if I charge somebody $10,000 to work with me, I want them to receive at least $100,000 in value as their return on that investment in me. One of my mentors once called this selling money at a discount. So from a persuasive standpoint, by the way, this makes your offers what I like to call IQ test offers. And what I mean by that is you want to stack the value proposition of your offers so strongly in favor of your prospect or your customer that if they understand the offer and they don't buy, they're a moron. Okay? Now, for example, if I were to say to you, I will sell you this $100 bill for $10, okay? How many $100 bills would you buy from me? Okay, of course, as many as I have. That's what makes it an IQ test. You'd be crazy for anything else. And trust me, when you set up your offers like this, when you're truly making IQ test offers, selling becomes easy. So how much you can charge for your products and services and how much money you make is in direct proportion to the amount or the magnitude of the value you deliver. Now, the last part of our golden question that I want to bring your attention to is the word number. Okay, what can I do to deliver the greatest amount of value to the greatest number of lives? Obviously, if you serve 1 million people in your business and deliver value to them, you're going to make more money than if you only deliver value to 100 people. So usually, the more people you serve in your business, the greater the amount of money you're going to make. Now, the balance between the magnitude of value you deliver and the number of people you deliver that value to plays a key role in determining what your business model is going to look like. Now, in high-ticket coaching, you're usually striving to deliver a massive amount of value to a relatively small number of people. Now, companies, however, like Walmart, strive to deliver a small amount of value to a massive number of people. However, every now and then when you're asking that golden question, you're going to get a business idea that allows you to deliver a massive amount of value to a massive number of people. And this is where real magic happens. This is how world-changing companies like Tesla and Apple are formed, at least Apple back when Steve Jobs was still alive. So here's my personal challenge to you. Find a peaceful spot where you won't be disturbed. Now, of course, it doesn't have to be on a beach in Bali, but that won't hurt. And what I want you to do is block out some time over the next few days and ask yourself my golden question. What can I do to deliver the greatest amount of value to the greatest number of lives? Really sit with this question and feel through rather than think through your answers. This isn't just an intellectual exercise, because when you hit on the unique way that you yourself can deliver the maximum amount of value to the greatest number of lives, you're going to know it by the feeling you get. It'll be an aha moment where you just know that you've stumbled upon inspired magic. And I can promise you that when that happens, your whole world is going to change. So get out there and deliver your unique value to the world. This is Eric Graham, thanking you for watching. If you received any value from me in this video today, please like, love, comment, share below. I really would appreciate that. Also, if you know of anyone who needs to hear this message of value, anyone who's struggling in their business to break through the next level and make more money, create more value in their lives, please share or comment and tag them in the comments below. Trust me, they'll love you for it.